that might be grounds for fighting. That was like the best basketball I've played. What are you saying about that? There's media who hate certain guys.
So now we're going to have to move into our next segment here, which is story time. And I love hearing your stories. Obviously, you have so many. But trash talking. You played with one of the best trash talkers, I think, in NBA history, in Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, KG, man. KG is funny because, like, who you see on TV, who you see, you know, telling these stories, that's KG all the time. He's on all the time, right? And so games, he was even more on because he was amped up. He was ready to go. He's a competitor, obviously, like no other. So, yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen and heard some things, but probably the worst thing I don't even like telling this story. So, when we were in Utah, one of my teammates was on the free throw line, and KG was pretty active that night, and so they're lined up next to each other, and he walked up to him and like ripped the back of his neck like this with a finger, and then tasted it and said, "Oh yeah, I knew you was sweet." And listen to me. I ain't gonna say who it was.
Which one? Yeah, I'm about to say which one.
Disrespect.
Which one?
What? Teammate?
Which teammate they do?
I'm not gonna say that. It doesn't. That doesn't matter.
Which teammate, man?
It doesn't matter. It's
Come
about
on,
KG talking trash. This is the.
That's
You done
crazy.
heard the Honey Nut Cheerios. We done heard all these
scared as hell.
rumors.
You
No, I'm not
scared?
scared.
Oh.
I'm just not gonna you know out my teammate.
I did.
Just like you don't want to talk about your
That was still my teammate. Yeah.
Oh, my
like you
boy.
ain't gonna say
Your
nothing
boys.
bad about Steph.
Yeah, no.
I will say something bad about myself.
Lies.
Say one thing.
He had a bad haircut one time, and I said something about it one time. I asked who was the barber.
But just the level of disrespect to, number one, touch somebody sweating and then really lick it off. I hope
know.
he did. Maybe he did, just was.
Maybe he faked you out. Maybe he faked it out.
Maybe he didn't really do that.
That's still absolutely insane to do that on a basketball court. No, you're dribbling the ball the whole time,
Yeah.
and you're pressing somebody. It's actually like the hygiene is absolutely. We need to question his hygiene now. To be honest
We might
with
have to fight.
you. Yeah,
That might be grounds for fighting.
What?
If someone did that to
Somebody
you.
did that to me.
Yes.
Yeah. So back a little bit on USA basketball. I want to hear about your experience playing for the team, the Redeem team.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was amazing, man. I mean, like I said on the other show, that was like the best basketball I've played. You know, day in and day out, just being around those guys. You know, not only the workouts, but the 5-on-5 games. You know, you saw that being talked about on Michael Jordan's doc. You know, their battles they had in practice, and it was the same with us. And being able to represent my country was amazing. Being able to put that USA on and be up there and get that gold medal put around your neck is definitely my biggest accomplishment, my biggest moments as a basketball player, as an athlete.
Do you have any specific memories or favorite moments during that time?
Honestly, it was just like, obviously the basketball was great, and the culmination was, like I said, hearing the national anthem, getting that medal placed around my neck. But like a lot of the stuff that I remember is like the other stuff, you know, just being together, eating, playing cards, gambling, talking, you know, and just enjoying life. I thought the Redeem Team doc was good, you know. It was fun to relive it, you know, because like you don't really. I had pictures from it, but I didn't document anything, so I haven't really seen anything about it in years.
Yeah.
So it was fun to see it like pieced together and kind of relive it through that documentary.
Was there any elements in that story that was missing that you wish they would have maybe added in, or things that maybe we didn't get to see behind the scenes?
Not really. I mean, there's only so much footage to have, so.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that D-Wade kept the footage and still has all that behind the scenes stuff is pretty amazing.
Our next segment is story time. Obviously, we love listening to hearing your stories. So we're going to jump right into the Frank Gore fight. I want to get more details on how it all started. But before we break it down, I need to get your reaction to something.
Okay.
This man into the afterlife. But I promise you, Frank did not think this fight was going to go like this. Look at his visuals after getting punched. Man's look taken aback, astonished, dumbfounded, surprised, amazed at the fact that he got punched in the face.
He was trying to get the fuck out of there.
He got the same look on his face that I did when I saw my bank account overdraft.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Your thoughts on that?
Listen, that man was tired out there, boss.
Who?
He was just holding me, so I was trying to get him. I was trying to get him
push
up
him
off
off.
me. And that was kind of the game plan because I knew he was going to try to get in close. And so if he got close, I was supposed to, push off. But the more tired you are, the worse it's going to be if you're tired, right? So
Yeah.
the pushes, they shouldn't have been that bad, but he was so tired. He fell out the ring and everything. It just made it worse. Then they come with the memes, and the memes was just, man, it was something else. But yeah, that happened.
How did the fight come about? How did it start?
It's funny because I think Jake Paul's promoter, Nikisa Bedarian, with MVP Promotions, I knew him from when he was at the UFC. He was the CFO of the UFC. So I did All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and we were talking. My gym got brought up. They talked about, I was talking about, I would have loved to do a fight, at least one, because I think Ocho Cinco had just fought. So I'm like, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to get in there. And so, I don't know, a couple months later, I get a call from him saying that Frank Gore was looking for an opponent. It was like 6 weeks out, which wasn't ideal, but I'd always wanted to do one of them, so I'm like, I might as well. Took the fight on 6 weeks' notice. Had to drop about 30 pounds because I had to get down. I was like 245. I had to get down to 215.
You definitely look slim right there.
Yeah. So
So how did you cut all that weight?
just eating right,
Eating right.
working out. It was easy. I
I
had no
heard-
problems.
I heard
I weighed in. Supposed to weigh in at 215. I ended up weighing in at 211 because I had to rehydrate. He put a rehydrate clause in there, so I couldn't be over 221 the night of the night of the fight. So I didn't eat bad, not one time,
Wow.
over the course of 6 weeks. And so
Would
wish
you-
I could
would
have
you-
that same dedication right now, though. Dang,
No, that's what I'm saying. I was about to say that. That's why I say how much you look slim right there.
Are you saying I'm fat?
No,
It's
you put on a
just
little
big. It's
something.
oversized. It's oversized. You know
You
what I
put
mean?
on a little something.
It's oversized.
While we're on this topic, because I want to know the transition for you when you were in New York, what was that like pressure-wise? Like, did you feel a difference? Like, you have to, I mean, you always want to perform at a high level, but like New York,
Yeah.
the media, like they're crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the whole New York experience for me wasn't what it should have been, or what I wish it would have been, for many reasons. And so yeah, I mean, I feel like at times I won't say it's the pressure because I put a lot of pressure on myself anyway. So I don't think it was so much the pressure. I think it was the things that I had going on in my life with my marriage at the time. With the organization wasn't very good, I would say. Like, we had good people in our organization, but it starts at the top in our ownership.
Yeah.
They just didn't know much about basketball, and they controlled a lot where they should have let GM, coach do their job,
Yeah.
type thing. So, like I said, I had 4 coaches in 3.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It made things tough.
I know this has been a big debate. You're a 2-time All-NBA second team and 3-time All-NBA or 3-time NBA All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
So was there ever a moment when you felt like you should have been given an award that you weren't?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should have been an All-Star more than 3 times for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But also that's coaches vote. That's fans and coaches.
Okay,
So
yeah.
obviously they didn't feel the same.
No.
Trying to think. All NBA is maybe I could have been like one more, maybe 1 or 2 more. I know. I'll tell you, I was on the opposite side of that, where my rookie year, I received 1 Rookie of the Year vote, and it was from a Utah media guy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no way that Chris Paul wasn't Rookie of the Year. Like, even I know that. I didn't play enough. I didn't have the numbers that he did. Like, if I would have played the same minutes and been given the ball from the start, maybe.
Yeah.
But as our seasons went, there was no way Chris Paul wasn't it.
I feel
Rookie
like
of the Year. And
media
so-
can be a little
Biased.
They're biased.
100%. And I think that's what you see. Like, there's media who hate certain guys, right? So they're just not going to vote for them, right? Or they've gotten into it with people, so they're going to hold that grudge. Like, that's what's tough about it. And it's like, well, what do? Do you make it all former athletes? They're watching more games than us, I guarantee you that.